Chosen one, this message is no coincidence. You've arrived at this moment not by random scrolls or algorithmic chance, but by a precise and divine orchestration. The path that brought you here, the silence, the struggle, the isolation, was all part of a larger blueprint. And now, this message reaches you at a time when you're ready to receive it fully. In the spiritual journey, moments of deep awareness arrive without warning, yet they arrive with perfect timing. This is one of those moments. Let's begin with a truth that resonates deeply for those who feel it. Being a chosen one is not about superiority. It is about responsibility, clarity, and alignment with a higher mission. You weren't chosen for comfort. You were chosen for impact. Many who carry this spiritual designation move through life with a sense of otherness. Since childhood, you may have felt out of place, misunderstood, or overly sensitive. You noticed details others missed. You picked up on energies others dismissed. And in time, you probably asked yourself, "Why am I like this?" That question is not a sign of confusion. It's a sign of awakening. The world teaches us to seek validation, to fit in, to conform to a system that favors sameness. But chosen ones are born with a frequency that doesn't harmonize with the noise. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to shift atmospheres. And that dissonance you feel in certain environments or relationships, it's your internal compass pointing to deeper truth. Let's pause here and clarify something important. The feeling of isolation that often accompanies a chosen one's path is not punishment. It's preparation. Chosen ones are often separated early in life, not necessarily physically, but spiritually and emotionally. While others built identities on external approval, you were being conditioned to listen inward, to cultivate discernment, to rely on intuition, and to walk by faith, rather than sight. This period of separation is common across spiritual traditions. Prophets withdrew into the wilderness. Teachers and guides faced rejection from their communities. Transformation never happens in comfort zones. It happens in the quiet, in the refining fire of solitude. And so, when friends fell away, when your path diverged from those around you, when the silence became loud, you were not being abandoned. You were being prepared. Preparation comes in many forms. It reshapes your identity, helps you unlearn conditioning, and teaches you how to recognize divine alignment. It creates space for authenticity. For many, this means detaching from people or environments that once felt essential. But what comes next is just as significant: recognition of your spiritual tribe. The idea of a tribe isn't just about social connection. It's about energetic resonance. It's the people who feel like home, even if you've just met. They don't require you to explain yourself, because they speak your spiritual language. They see the light in you not as a threat, but as a mirror of their own. However, before this tribe can arrive, your inner landscape must be ready to receive them. That means releasing what no longer fits the frequency you're rising into. It means walking with discernment, not paranoia, but awareness. Because in the spiritual journey, not everyone who appears supportive is aligned with your path. You will encounter counterfeits, individuals or environments that mimic resonance, but carry hidden motives. This is why your period of isolation was so important. It developed your ability to test the spirit behind the surface, to feel when something is off, even if nothing is said. This discernment is a protective layer for the chosen one. It's also why you may feel energetically overwhelmed in crowded places or emotionally drained by certain conversations. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's a refined spiritual instrument. You're designed to feel, perceive, and respond from a place most don't access. And now, as your awakening deepens, that sensitivity increases. This might explain the waves of emotion you've been experiencing, the sudden tears, the dreams, the recurring signs and numbers. They are confirmations that your spirit is aligning with a higher frequency. 333, 444, 777. These aren't just patterns. They are signals that you're in sync with the divine rhythm. The next step is understanding how to walk in this alignment. Without compromise, being a chosen one doesn't exempt you from challenges. In fact, your path often includes deeper trials. But these trials serve a purpose: to refine your integrity, elevate your discernment, and awaken your courage. In moments when you're tempted to return to old versions of yourself, to appease, to shrink, to belong, remember this: every time you dishonor your truth to keep others comfortable, you delay your mission. The tribe that is meant for you will not require your silence. They will not need you to dim your light. They will reflect it. They will protect it. They will call you higher, and you will do the same for them. That's the nature of divine relationships. They are not based on personality. They are based on purpose. When purpose meets alignment, growth accelerates. Healing becomes mutual, and what once felt like a burden begins to feel like a calling. Now let's consider the spiritual awakening you've been experiencing. Not the idea of it, but the actual lived process. It usually begins subtly. A shift in interests, a disconnection from routines, a longing for depth. Over time, this expands into a full-scale reorganization of your life. What once made sense no longer satisfies. Conversations feel shallow. Your intuition becomes louder. You begin to seek truth in everything. And with this awakening comes a release. You may have noticed that certain people, habits, or beliefs have simply fallen away. This is not loss, it's alignment. As your soul frequency increases, anything that cannot match it naturally dissolves. That may feel unsettling, but it's necessary. The reason you couldn't hold on to certain relationships isn't because you're unworthy. It's because your spirit was no longer compatible with what they represented. And as difficult as it may have been, those separations made space for new connections, ones that reflect the depth of your evolution. In truth, your awakening was never about becoming something new. It was about remembering who you've always been beneath the conditioning. And now, from that place of remembrance, you are broadcasting your true signal. Chosen one, take a breath. Feel what's being said. Let it settle into your body. You are not misunderstood. You are not too sensitive. You are not too much. You are a spiritual transmitter. You are a guide. You are a mirror. You are a chosen one. And now that your signal is clear, your tribe is beginning to hear it. In Part 2, we'll explore how to continue walking this path with confidence, how to identify your soul tribe with clarity, how to cultivate those sacred relationships, and how to embrace your specific role in the collective spiritual awakening. Because the time of hiding is over. The time of rising is here. Now that you've stepped into awareness, it's time to walk deeper into purpose. In Part 1, we laid the foundation. Understanding your identity as a chosen one, recognizing the spiritual significance of your isolation, and acknowledging the awakening that has transformed your inner world. Now we move into sacred alignment. Let's begin with this question. How do you attract and recognize your soul tribe? First, it's essential to understand that your soul tribe is not here to fix you or complete you. They are here to align with you. These are not random friendships or fleeting connections. These are people who resonate with your spirit's frequency, individuals whose very presence affirms your path. And here's the key. You don't find your tribe by seeking. You align with them by becoming. This means your first priority isn't searching. It's embodying. Embodying your truth, your spiritual gifts, your divine essence. The more you show up as your authentic self, the more your signal becomes visible. Your tribe is already looking for you, but they can only recognize you when you stop hiding. Many chosen ones have experienced years, sometimes decades, of loneliness, not for lack of interaction, but for lack of resonance. That emptiness was not a curse, it was a calibration, a spiritual adjustment, so that when the right people enter your life, you will feel it instantly. There are signs to look for when your tribe begins to appear. You'll feel instant energetic recognition, like meeting someone you've known forever. Communication flows effortlessly. You feel safe without needing to filter or explain. There is mutual growth. These relationships challenge you, but never shame you. There is shared language, shared symbols, and often shared signs, like seeing the same repeating numbers or experiencing parallel life shifts. And here's something to understand deeply. Spiritual connections will also trigger growth. The right people won't coddle your wounds. They'll hold space for your healing, but they will also challenge you to rise. That can be uncomfortable. But true tribe relationships are built not on codependency, but on mutual evolution. Now, let's address something that often disrupts this process: counterfeit connections. As you awaken and begin to radiate a clearer frequency, you may attract people who appear spiritual, empathetic, or aligned, but whose presence begins to feel heavy, confusing, or draining. This is not your tribe. This is a test. Spiritual alignment requires discernment. Not all energy that feels familiar is healthy. Some people may reflect old versions of yourself. Others may imitate light while hiding deep wounds. The chosen one must learn not to cling to what is familiar, but to what is true. This is where spiritual maturity is essential. You must watch actions, not words. You must feel vibration, not appearances. You must assess whether a connection is pushing you toward alignment or pulling you back into distortion. And remember, not everyone is meant to walk with you forever. Some souls are seasonal. They arrive to teach, to support, or to activate. You briefly. Let go with grace when the time comes. Release doesn't mean failure. It means the cycle has served its purpose. Next, let's explore where your tribe may appear. They're not always in your immediate circle. In fact, many chosen ones find their soul tribe through spiritual communities, shared missions, or seemingly chance encounters. It could be a comment thread, a group meditation, a retreat, or a digital space. Divine alignment is not limited by geography. So how do you stay open? Be present. Engage with communities that nourish your spirit. Be vocal. Share your message. Speak your truth. Let yourself be seen. Be intuitive. If a connection stirs something sacred within you, follow it gently. Be patient. Alignment doesn't follow human timelines. Trust divine orchestration. Now that we've covered the how and where, let's discuss why your tribe matters. When chosen ones unite, transformation accelerates. Growth becomes exponential. You no longer carry your mission alone. You mirror each other's gifts. You awaken dormant wisdom. You validate each other's path. It's not just about support, It's about activation. Your presence activates something in them. Their presence activates something in you. And together, you step into your full capacity. Your tribe will remind you of your worth when the world questions it, of your strength when the journey gets heavy, of your vision when doubt clouds your clarity. This is what you've been waiting for. Not just belonging, but resonance. Not just company, but divine companionship. Now let's speak on something deeper. Your sacred role within the tribe. You weren't just chosen to find others. You were chosen to serve, lead, and mirror truth. Every chosen one plays a specific role. You may be the healer, the guide, the protector, the visionary, or the teacher. No role is greater than another. Each one completes the spiritual circuit. And here's what must be understood. Your full power emerges when you accept your role unapologetically. You don't have to mimic others. You don't have to overextend. Your authentic presence is your greatest contribution. When you walk in your role, you give others permission to be authentic. You become a spiritual anchor in your community. You bring divine clarity into every space you enter. But walking in your role also means maintaining your energy. Spiritual hygiene becomes critical. Cleanse your field regularly. Rest when needed. Ground yourself in truth. You are not meant to burn out. You are meant to sustain. Within your tribe, your role also comes with responsibility. You become a living reminder of possibility. People feel your peace before you speak. They sense your clarity. You shift atmospheres not through force, but through presence. Let's be honest. This responsibility can feel heavy. There may be moments when you doubt yourself, when you feel unworthy, but always remember, you were not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you are willing. You are willing to rise, to heal, to lead. That willingness is what makes you powerful. Before we close, let's return to one final point: the timing of this message. If this resonates, if something deep in your soul feels seen, it's not just validation, it's confirmation. You are ready. You've done the internal work. You've honored the silence. You've navigated the darkness. And now, the divine is aligning the external. The tribe is forming. And your next step is not to force it. It's to stay aligned. Keep shining. Keep speaking. Keep standing. Keep choosing your truth over comfort. Because in doing so, you light the way for others. Your presence is the invitation. Your truth is the magnet. Your alignment is the signal. Let those who are meant for you find you in the light, not in the shadows. Chosen one. Take a breath. Let this moment anchor deeply within you. After everything you've walked through, the isolation, the awakening, the unraveling of everything that no longer served, you are now standing at the threshold of something extraordinary. This message didn't find you by coincidence. It found you by divine design. You are no longer who you were. And that's a powerful truth. The version of you that doubted your gifts, that questioned your purpose, that wondered if your pain had meaning. That version has served its purpose. You are no longer walking through life blindly. You are awake, aware, and aligned. The signals you've been receiving, the inner pull, the sense that something is shifting around and within you, that's confirmation. You are being prepared to fully step into your divine assignment. Not later, not someday, but now. And yes, it's normal to feel unprepared, to look at your current life and wonder, am I really ready? But readiness is not about perfection. It's about presence. The fact that you're still listening, still seeking truth, still choosing growth even when it's hard, that alone is proof that you are ready. You were not chosen to impress the world. You were chosen to impact it, and impact begins with integrity. It begins when you start showing up as your whole self, unapologetic, unfiltered, and deeply aligned with your spiritual blueprint. The world doesn't need another copy of someone else's light. It needs the exact light you were born to carry. Now is the time to move with intention. Speak when your spirit leads. Rest when your energy calls for it. Share when your heart knows it can serve. Withhold when silence is the wisest answer. In every action, let your alignment guide you. Not fear, not pressure, not approval seeking. Let your energy become so clear that confusion cannot remain in your path. Your soul tribe is not far. They are closer than you think, and every step you take in truth draws them near. But remember, your tribe is not the goal. They are part of the journey. The real destination is purpose, legacy, alignment with the divine plan written for you since before time began. So as we close, here's what you must hold tightly. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are unfolding. You are the embodiment of prophecy fulfilled. You are a bridge between the seen and unseen. You are a mirror of divine truth walking in human form. And now, more than ever, the world needs you fully awake. So let this be your declaration. You will no longer shrink. You will no longer delay. You will no longer doubt the sacred power you carry. You are chosen. You are rising. You are ready. The mission is alive within you. The signs have aligned, and your spirit has already said yes. Let your actions now reflect what your soul already knows. Your time is now. If this message resonates with your spirit, let it be known. Comment 777 to affirm your agreement with this truth, and share this message with someone else who may still be walking through the shadows, waiting for their own divine confirmation. This space, this community, is your home now. You are seen, you are heard, and most importantly, you are never alone again. Welcome to the Rise, Chosen One. Chosen One, if this message spoke to your soul, it's time to move with purpose. You weren't guided here by chance. You were aligned here by divine orchestration. Everything you've just heard, every confirmation, every reminder, every truth, it's all part of your awakening. But the next step is yours. Now is the moment to stop just receiving and start responding. You've been silent long enough. You've questioned yourself, held back your gifts, and waited for the right moment. This is that moment. So here's your next move. Comment 777 if your spirit agrees with this message. Let the universe know you're ready. Let this be your spiritual signature, a declaration that your soul is rising into alignment. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. This is more than just content. This is your spiritual anchor. The messages shared here will continue to speak to your journey, activate your purpose, and prepare you for what's coming. Tap the bell icon. The divine works in timing, and the messages you need will arrive exactly when your soul is ready. Don't miss them. Share this message. Someone else is silently seeking the truth you've just received. They're waiting for a sign, for a reminder, for a lifeline. Be that vessel. Send the light forward. And most importantly, keep showing up. Keep choosing truth over comfort, alignment over attention, and growth over stagnation. The tribe is forming. The mission is unfolding. And your voice, your presence, matters more than ever. This is not the end of the message. It's the beginning of a new movement. You are not just a listener. You are a leader, a chosen one, ready to rise. Step into your next season boldly. The world is watching. Your tribe is waiting. Your time is now.